We pray for better days.
Guys, a TD show, episode 15. Not live tonight on Facebook, but for once we're sitting outside with no fans on us.
Good temperature.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Will, if you were with us tonight, Will's actually from his home. But if you were here tonight, you'd actually be happy. There's no fans on, and we're not like it's 9,000 degrees.
Yeah, I guess because of the rain. Did it rain out there?
Bad.
It was bad for a couple. I was getting worried. I was like, how long is it going to last?
Yeah, it was raining hard. It was raining hard out here.
It got nailed over my neighborhood, too. It was, bad. So, but it's nice and cool now. So, for once, we have no fans. So, that's nice. No extra noise. And so, that's good for us. But, anyways, tonight on the show, we'll go over a few topics. We'll talk a little NFL. I got a couple questions I was going to throw out to Will. Redskins, maybe NFL wise, he might have something he might want to add to. We all might. We'll talk a little NHL playoffs. Todd and I will probably get into that. Definitely, the Caps lost today. So me, as a Pittsburgh fan, I'm very, very. Oh, I feel so bad for you guys. I'm so sorry.
Well, did you catch any good? Did you see the highlights?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't see it. But they didn't get eliminated from the playoffs. They just lost.
It's game one.
I like your thing.
But from game one, you can see how this series is gonna play out. It's gonna be very physical series. And if the Caps don't play all three periods, they're gonna lose this series.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit. I just wanted, but I want to call that out. I was very happy. I got to catch the tail.
Glad you're happy, John.
Yes,
beating last. Happy.
Yes, exactly.
Them fans that's at home watching is always happy when another team loses.
Yes, we are. Well, don't worry. So I'll cover. We'll talk a little NHL wise. Last night there was a big 5 overtime game. I actually watched a lot of it, and then I will do an update on the Penguins. There were some things that came out after they lost. I'll cover that. Yeah, it's good. I think it's important to cover a team like that. So, and then we'll do a little Major League Baseball update, kind of the Nats and Orioles, how they've been doing, and definitely, the Cardinals continue.
Hit hard.
Yeah, and to add to that, I got a funny story I'll bring up on the Pittsburgh Pirates because it just when I heard this the other day, I almost was like, my God, are they? So. We'll get into that, but we'll start off with the NFL. Training camp's open.
Football, baby.
Yes.
Football.
I didn't add that's been going on is college football. It's a bummer that's actually not. Yeah. Well, my question is, do you guys I gotta see what your thoughts are about this because I didn't add this in the topics, and I know I'm going off out of nowhere, but do you guys think that these big conferences, despite being canceling their seasons, because I heard some the other day. Do you think they're going to go out of conference and try?
It's only been 2 so far. So
yeah. Well,
Nebraska's the only team, their only college that's actually expressed wanting to do that. I'm sure there's more that haven't said that.
Okay.
Right.
What do you think, Will?
Well, the SEC is planning on moving forward with having a season. Haven't heard nothing from the ACC yet, but going out of conference, no, I don't think they will because. When you start treading that territory, it could really mess you up as far as with the conference that you're already in. And I'm pretty sure some legal ramifications for trying to do that when you're under contract. Because I think they are under contract to be in certain conferences. So, just trying to go out of conference, I don't think that can just happen.
Hey, well, my only question with that contract, you think would be null and void if that conference doesn't play.
And also I thought
not that I'm a lawyer and an expert. I'm thinking a contract states that the conference has to play football, and if they're not playing football, you should be able to go somewhere else as long as you can do that, as long as you can plan that, the logistics of it. But I don't know. I'm shooting from the common sense theory, not the law.
Well,
I guess it's a wait and see because we never seen nothing like this before. So. With this pandemic, it's like all this new stuff is happening. We going through it for the first time. So, I don't know, but I was under the impression that they couldn't do it. unless they all agree as a whole conference. Like I don't think if, let's say, the Big Ten just decided to shut down, so Michigan or Ohio State can't just say, okay, well, I'm gonna go join this conference so we can play. I don't think they could do that.
Yeah, well, I just saw some today. If I wasn't mistaken, I don't know if you guys saw this. It was actually late in the day where they're still trying to do the season, but not until after, I think, the NFL playoffs.
In springtime.
Postseason, like 8 or 9 games.
Well, they said in the spring. Some trying to play in the spring. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work because all those top.
I think the spring is like a carrot that's not even a carrot. Like, who wants? First of all your seniors are not going to play that have any aspirations to become the NFL.
Yeah, that's draft time.
Draft time.
Yeah.
Right.
And let's say you're good enough like Michigan or Ohio State to do that. We have underclassmen that are just as good as the guys that are leaving.
Yeah.
But it's just, how are you going to play a spring season and then a fall season? I mean, football. I mean, you can probably do this for a lot of other sports, but football, you need time to recover.
Yeah.
That's just not enough time to recover for the kids.
No.
If they're not kids, just even NFL couldn't do that.
And that's a good point. Like, you figure you get the draft, then there's like with the OTAs, you got the rookie mini camps, all these things. Like you got like guys like Justin Fields at Ohio State, Trevor Lawrence. There's man, Trevor Lawrence is crazy if he play because he's gonna be drafted. He's good enough. He's already proven it. I wouldn't, And I mean, you have other guys. There's plenty of guys. I just spring football seems weird. Yeah, they have spring football, for the teams, but not as a season. So yeah, I don't know how that would go.
Yeah, some of those top players, they're not gonna play. They're not gonna do that spring thing.
Nope.
They want to just go ahead and start getting ready for the NFL draft.
Yep. Like Trevor Lawrence, he is not playing spring football.
Oh,
going to be the draft. He's not wasting his time with spring football. That's a joke.
Yeah, he's projected to be the number 1 overall pick.
But
He's projected to be the number 1 overall pick, so yeah, he's not gonna play.
no.
Yeah.
Anyone projected to be drafted isn't going to play.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Because you're risking your stock.
Especially the ones in the first round, who's projected to go in the first round. Those are guaranteed contracts. So,
Yep.
Yeah. They're not playing. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely agree.
Yeah. So, I mean, with college football, I mean, I love college football too. I wish this could go away. This damn pandemic. It's annoying.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, it's just about everything. And I didn't think college football because it's hard. College kids are going to be college kids. They're not like, I think it was like Louisville, actually the former Steeler, William Gay, was like, yeah, you got to give up your social life for 4 to 5 months. What college kid does that?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah. So, anyways, I mean, we'll see what happens. I just wanted to bring that up because I wasn't even thinking about that. It's been talked about so much the last few days. But the NFL, any Redskin news you want to throw out there? Like, I'm sorry, Washington football news?
Well, they announced earlier today that there's going to be no fans at FedEx Field. So, of course, that's just a heartbreaker for me. So I pretty much lost 18 games that I was going to this year.
I saw
the 10 home games and 8 road games. And you see this flag behind. This was going to be unrevealed week 1. I was waiting to show this week 1, but it's like I can't play now. I mean, they can't. We won't be in the stands now, so it's like there's no point of waiting now. So
well,
it's what it,
you put it up in the backdrop there, for our show, and then we're all there. I'll let you do it, man.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm the what's the word? I just don't. There's a lot of things I don't understand. Like, I get not having the stadium packed 100%.
Yeah.
But let's say, why can't you have the season tickets holders go in there, the loyal ones like Will?
Yeah.
Where it's 25% and you're spread out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that no one's allowed to go.
Yeah. The season ticket holders, you don't go.
I get you don't want to. Maybe not even 50% full.
Well, this is the thing. Some of the teams who are allowing fans are allowing season ticket holders only at a limited capacity. Like Baltimore, Baltimore already announced 14,000 fans, and they're gonna be season ticket holders. So how is it that they in the same state can have 14,000, but we can't have none? No, it's like I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. It's almost like Steve Bisciotti is okay with taking the liability, but Dan Snyder's not.
Right.
But he takes liability over.
Well, you already know why Dan Snyder's not, because of all the stuff that's going on. But it's not up to him. It's the state. It's the state and the county. The state and county made the regulations for the Redskins, not Dan Snyder. So
I think PG County had a higher rate.
Yeah, that's what they got a higher rate. So PG County and the state of Maryland had set the guidelines. Dan Snyder didn't do it. It was the state and the county.
That makes sense. Like Baltimore County and PG County are different governments, that's for sure.
And the coronavirus rates are higher in PG County than it is Baltimore County.
Even still, I thought PG County is doing good now. I thought they flattened out.
No.
I don't know. Like, I didn't see the numbers, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're not politicians. We can't figure that out.
I'm not a health official either. So.
Yeah. But the other thing, like if Pittsburgh is season ticket holders, like, well, I know you couldn't go. What's the 49ers? Are they season ticket holders or nobody?
Season ticket holders.
Okay. It was like Buffalo, Jets, Giants, Eagles, no fans. Redskins, no fans.
Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots, no fans. Man,
the Raiders. I think the Raiders said no fans. The Chargers and the Rams so far.
You know the other thing? At the top of my head, like it's like what Todd said, like just getting like at least 25%, or at least 20. Like you look at NASCAR. NASCAR of all places, they spread the fans out. They got hundreds of thousands of seats, but they figured it out, and it's very quiet. I mean, come on, those guys can figure it out.
I mean, you would think.
But
everyone goes to Walmart and Costco, and I've been to Costco and Walmart that we're not social distancing 6 feet apart.
Yeah,
right.
I just think there's ways to do stuff responsibly.
You know who I feel more sorry for? I feel bad for the Raiders, Rams, and Chargers fans, because they opened up new stadiums this year.
Yeah,
the Vegas stadium. Oh my God, that stadium is beautiful, and ain't gonna have no fans. The Chargers and the Rams opened up a new stadium. Their stadium opened up last month. They can't have no fans in it, so they have a brand new stadium that nobody could be in right now. They gotta wait another year.
That's just money sitting bills.
Here's what I just envisioned something, Will and Sean. The TD show broadcast live from the Las Vegas Stadium.
Yes, that'd be great. That'd be great. The Death Star.
Hey, listen, we're going to broadcast because I'm going to be there next year for the Redskins-Raiders game.
Let's do it.
Broadcast from there.
Let's do it.
That sounds like a show on the road right there. That's taking
a show on the road.
Skype be on this. I could do Skype on this. We broadcasted live from Vegas. That's like Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, we'll go to
that'd be awesome. Redskins, Raiders.
Yeah, I'll go to that. That's that state.
Yeah, they on the schedule next year. Them, Denver, Carolina, Atlanta. So,
it's a business write-off.
That's my main priority game. Yeah. So with all the games that I can't go to, that first game ticket will be the Raiders, and it's gonna be from all the credits that I got. I got a whole lot of credits, so it's a win for me.
Yeah, you were talking about that. There's a lot of
I got a lot of credits.
Yeah, you're just sitting on. You like talking about sitting on money. You're sitting on it for next year.
Sitting on credits.
Oh man!
You ever hear that song called "Sitting on Chrome"? I'm sitting on credits.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes, I know that. So, what else? Like anything else going on? Like the training camp wise? Like Doug Peterson. Yeah, he's back.
Eagles Philadelphia coach is back from the COVID. Lane Johnson is back. He got activated today from COVID. I it was a few more other players. Pittsburgh had a player that was tested, and he got back. I think his name is
Is it,
what was
is
his
it
name?
James Washington?
What was it?
James Washington?
No, not James Washington. I think he's a safety or corner.
Oh, yeah, he's a
I remember his name, but yeah, he came back a couple days ago.
um, young Lane. I
Is he
think
gonna make the team?
he's a third. He was a third round
He
draft.
probably won't make the team.
Yeah, he was third. Yeah, the third round pick. Yeah, the rookie. Yeah,
Third round.
yeah, he's back from COVID. So
You talking
you know,
about from Maryland? He's a corner safety.
Nah, not this year. That was last year's draft pick.
right.
Um,
Rupert Foster is off the pup list. He's back
Yeah.
practicing.
I can't wait to see him play.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's gonna be a wrecking ball.
Good problem for offense.
Yeah, you
It's
guys
gonna
had that since he.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem for Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh man, you know what? I'll be ready.
Ben might not even be in the lineup. Let's be honest.
Hey,
But on a serious, you know what I don't like about a training camp and no preseason, which it's going to probably cause a lot of problems for the quarterbacks because quarterbacks don't get hit in training camp, and if they don't get hit in training camp and there's no preseason, their first official contact is going to come in a regular season, and without that body contact hit, you know. I think a lot of QBs gonna start the first 4 weeks off hurt.
it's going to probably be a circus. I think a lot of
Well,
turnovers.
I don't necessarily think the hits are going to hurt them. I think it's just the timing of the game where
Right.
you have guys come in your face.
Yeah,
In practice, you're going to have speed much time.
Right.
What's going to hurt the quarterbacks is a guy going full speed every time.
yeah.
Well, they're not used
I just think there's going to be a lot of turnovers. Like you said, like missing steps. Like their timing's not going to be there. You're going to have guys just not missing. Quarterbacks and wide
to.
receivers.
But that's more for like the Redskins. Like the Redskins this hurts the Redskins big time because this is their first year in this offense.
Right.
They got a lot of young guys that they're counting on for their offense.
Yeah.
But like the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, he'll be fine. He's been doing this for how many years?
It's 14 years.
14 years. Even a veteran like Tom Brady, who's on a new team, it's not going to affect him. It's the young players that's going to affect more than the veteran.
Yeah.
All the teams with new head coaches are pretty much are going to be the ones that suffer because it's hard learning the new system. But let me just say this, which is a surprise because I didn't know that. I just found this out a couple days ago. Alex Smith knows 75% of our offense already.
I heard that.
Reason is
I don't want to
versions of the Air Coryell system that Ron Barrera and Scott Allen is running. He ran in Kansas City and San Francisco. You know, his father was Scott Turner. So some of the stuff that Scott Turner runs, he learned from Norv Turner. Norv Turner was with Alex Smith in San Francisco. Or was it San Diego? Oh no, where was they at together? They was somewhere. I can't remember. But he knows 75% of the offense.
I don't think
Kansas City.
I don't think North Turner and Alex Smith were ever together, but it's the same timing passing game.
Right.
It's the same concepts.
Right. Same concepts. So they announced that he knows 75% of the offense already.
Run before the guy makes a cut, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Well, speaking of that, like what you guys are talking about, like the timing and everything, like the one thing that we can check out is like the Hard Knocks started last night. I haven't checked it out yet. The Rams and the Chargers.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm gonna watch. I don't know if you checked it out, but it started last night.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, like I always like watching that because I mean last year was the Raiders. I wanted to see what Antonio Brown would screw up, and he didn't disappoint me. But the fact is that I think that would give us a good look at like, hey, how they treat training. You know, like how is it? I mean, that's gonna be the inside look. So I'm gonna check it out. I hope in the next show we can maybe talk about it or whatever because I think we'll have 2 episodes by then. But I know last night was the premiere of it.
Oh, okay.
But,
I didn't get a chance to check it out.
Yeah, I just was thinking of that while we were talking about that. But but yeah, we'll see what happens with training camp. It'll be interesting because there's no games. It's like you're ready for it to start the season. Just want to see some football. But I'd like to see one preseason game at least. I don't like them, but one would be nice.
See, the only reason I missed the preseason is to see the young guys play.
Yeah,
and see what you got in the draft. Because I know what the veterans are going to do.
Yeah.
I even know what Dwayne Haskins is going to do. I saw enough at the end of the season
Yeah.
to know that he's going to be a solid quarterback at the very least.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That doesn't turn the ball over. Doesn't do dumb mistakes.
You even know you guys even know Chase Young. So, come on.
Right.
He doesn't have to prove himself.
I actually think this is good for Chase Young, where they don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
They're actually going to probably over prepare for him, where
Yeah.
they're going to miss other guys that like sweat and carry him.
Yep. And Reuben Foster coming from different angles and stuff. So
Jonathan Allen, Devon Payne,
Yeah.
Leonidas, all of them.
Yeah. Your defense. You're not at our level defense yet. But your defense is good.
There's a rating thing out. I think PFF ratings. They got our defensive line rated third. Currently behind the Eagles, and I can't think of the other team, but they got us rated third. And I'm like, wow, we ain't even played the game yet. But they think we're gonna be the third best defensive line out there. So.
I was talking about top 15.
I'm going to look at them now. Actually, look at the rankings or whatever. Where are we at here? Football rankings? Yeah, let's see.
They got our defensive line ranked third behind the Eagles and another team. I can't think of it.
Just that unit. That makes sense. If it's a unit, that's fine.
I think it's the Eagles in San Francisco. I think it was the Eagles in San Francisco line.
Okay, it's only line.
Okay.
Not the full season.
So there's an offensive line rankings here for 2020. I don't know what that'll do, but they got I want to see your offensive line. Ours is in the middle of the pack, I would think. Ravens are number 5. Browns are 6. Patriots are 7. Shocker.
That line.
There we are. We're in the top 10.
Makes sense.
Top 10 in that. We're definitely top 5 defense. See, that's actually what I went to look up where they rank 2020 NFL defensive rankings. That's what I'm looking up while we're looking here because I want to see where we rank.
Where y'all stack up to us.
They're go by last year's stats.
There we go.
By last year's stats.
Yep, there I go. Like I said, we're top 3. Ravens are 1. Chargers are 2.
This is based on last year's stats. We shouldn't even talk about rankings.
Hey,
it's all just people.
But look, you got the Ravens, of course. That makes sense. You got
based on last year's stats. I'm sure the Chiefs are top 10.
No,
not in no defense. Not in no defense. They not.
No
Chiefs defense. Chiefs defense.
Yeah, you got Ravens number 1, Chargers 2, Steelers 3, Saints 4, Bears 5, Niners 6, Broncos 7, Bills 8. For some reason, there we go. So it won't let me see who there. That's a lot.
What is that? What is that for?
I just Googled it to bring it up, but the worst, the Redskins, the Washington football team, they're the number 22 ranked defense.
That's about right.
Yeah,
that was last year's ranking.
Yeah. This is based on like Todd.
It has to be.
Yeah, we was ranked 22nd last year.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing. Like these stats don't mean anything. We got free agents, legion coming.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some breaking news right quick, y'all.
Season.
Hey,
what's that?
We got some breaking news. College football. ACC sets 11-game schedule, including Notre Dame.
Good.
The ACC will play 11-game football season that begins on September 12th, and we have Notre Dame playing a full league schedule. So that's breaking news right now.
Good. That's awesome. I'm glad.
I knew Notre Dame was going to be included. I've been hearing about that. It's good. At least they're playing.
Well, they're football-wise, they're included in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not included in the championship, the ACC championship, but they're included as far as being.
Well, basketball, they're in the ACC, aren't they? Yeah, they're in the ACC basketball. I'm not mistaken.
They are.
Yeah. Well, back to those rankings, I was saying overall. So the first thing I said was actually breaking it down, but overall defense, based on last year, 2019-20, New England was number 1. We were number 2. Niners were 3. Ravens were 4. Bucks were 5, and Bills were tied with the Bucks for 5.
I mean, if you guys want to have a podcast about the past, that's fine. But
that's not past. That's present.
2020 Redskins defense would be a lot better than 2019. I'm just telling you.
I'm with you on that.
Let's go Chase Young.
Hey,
Ruben Foster.
I'm with you on that, but they're not.
You know,
He's pretty happy about this, but I'm
you can talk about last year if you want, but
our
defense had Chase Young or Ruben Foster.
Hold up tight, guys. We got one more breaking news. NFL breaking news.
Oh, okay.
The New Orleans Saints
I saw that.
announced just now that no fans will be allowed inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium week 1 versus Tampa Bay. It didn't say the season. It just say for right now, week 1 versus Tampa Bay. And you know, that's the big matchup between Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
Yeah, well, you want to know why they did that? You want to know why they really did that? Because, I mean, Tom Brady needs every, help he can to be the perfect golden boy that he continues to be. He can't fans in there to screw up. I mean, Giselle will be upset. I mean, he's got to come home to her and be perfect. So, but no, I saw that actually. That's my Tom Brady, like Mr. Living the dream like no other.
You're jealous. You're jealous this one.
I think all guys are. I mean, come on. But anyways, let's move on to let's talk some playoff hockey now. We get Caps lost today, which actually, I mean, I know I was joking at the beginning. I was shocked. Todd, you might want to add more on that because
I actually was shocked how the Islanders played in the third period. They beat us in every aspect of hockey. They just dominated us. And I haven't seen the Caps team being that dominated in a long time.
Yeah,
like Carolina dominated us last year, but not like that. We looked silly. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't clear the fuck out of their zone. They just made it look. I tell you what, Todd Reardon has a lot of coaching to do to get this team prepared to beat this team in 7 games.
Yeah,
we're going to find out how good a coach Todd Reardon is.
Yeah, because you're playing against your
or how bad a coach Todd Reardon is.
I don't think he's bad. I mean, I
don't think he might be a good defensive scheme guy, but I just don't see the same motivation and Barry Trotz has the Islanders just believing that his system's the way to go. Just keep pushing and keep pushing. I mean, I saw a team that's hungry, and the Caps aren't hungry. I hope it's just one game, and that's the thing about hockey. It's a 7-game series, but they look terrible in the third period. The first 2 periods, they look tough. But at the same time, I was thinking, like, we are wearing ourselves out, and we're not even winning.
Yeah, I was a little shocked. I mean, I thought the Caps were going to win game 1. The Islanders, I mean, they played the Penguins last year. I had to deal with this, and they just absolutely dominated different ways, just like this. I'm like, oh, here it goes again. But then they only do it for 1 round, and they got swept the round after. But I still think it's going to be a long series. I think the Caps are going to come back.
It's a long series, but I was thinking we went in 6.
They scored 3 goals in the third inning, the third quarter.
Third period, yeah.
Third period, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, going into the third period, Caps were up 2-1.
Yeah,
and they just got dominated.
Right.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see what game 2 brings. For the Caps, I think they're going to come back.
The key is Backstrom okay? Will, I would talk about this, but in the first period, one of their guys, Lee.
Anson Lee.
Anson Lee just cheap shot on Backstrom. So we're in Backstrom, but that's not an excuse. You still should be able to beat the Islanders without Backstrom.
Right.
But it's one of the things. Like, damn.
The thing that I'm concerned with is because there's no fans, there's no home field advantage, pretty much. So although the teams are ranked they are seeded by, I guess, their record and rankings, all that doesn't matter because there's no fans. So maybe if the Caps was at Capital One Arena in front of their fans, maybe they would have won. Because fans do play a big part in having home field advantage. It's just for whatever reason.
Would have been helping them out.
Thank God I did hear that this year.
So who was the projected home team for that game? The Capitals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They were the
Capitals.
third
Okay.
seed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oh yeah, they the third seed. Okay.
yeah. Well, speaking of that hit on Backstrom, actually, Caps insider was it Tariq Bashir.
Yeah.
John Carlson, who went after him after that hit,
Yeah.
basically said it looked real dirty to
It
me.
was dirty.
So I think that'll spark a little bit. I think Tom Wilson.
Well, Tom was continued in that period trying to like fight whoever was getting near him.
They don't want
You got to fight the end of the period.
Yeah, they don't want. I mean,
That's the thing. Like they win because they took out one of our best players.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm a Islander fan, like it's a hell of a play. You took out their best sentiment.
Well, I mean, also Reardon called out Lee's head on Backstrom.
It was dirty.
Late
If that would have been Tom Wilson would be suspended, and probably we'd be like, damn, Tom's dirty player.
Oh yeah, he'd be fined and suspended.
This is the inconsistency of the NHL's hit policy.
They go after the tough guys, and they don't do it. They shoot across the board.
This dude is Ainsley.
Yeah.
He should be fined and lose a game.
Yeah, I mean, Reardon called it late and predatory.
It was very predatory.
Yeah,
like just all he was trying to do was hit Backstrom.
Yeah, that to me.
He wasn't going for a puck. He wasn't trying to get it out of his. He just showed he knew to get out of the play. It was dirty.
Yeah.
So if they review it, he should get suspended. He should be suspended for the rest of the series.
It'll be interesting to see what they review do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that? What's that? Oh, you're looking at highlights, aren't you?
Yeah. You say am I sad?
No, I heard. You listen to highlights?
Highlights?
Yeah, I heard something down there.
Oh, that was they were showing soccer highlights.
Oh, I thought that was the game, hockey game. You're watching that.
Oh no,
That
was like a soccer highlight on TV. I didn't even know y'all could hear it because I got my headphones on. So.
Well, Will, you heard Todd there. He thought he said I thought it was General Hospital. I got excited.
Oh wow.
Hear something. Get excited over it.
Yeah, silly.
Okay, one more to go. But anyway, are you that's your phone?
What'd you say? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I can hear a bunch of music.
Oh, that's from my other tablet. That's what this. They showing the hockey highlights. They showing
That's fine. Okay. I could hear some. That's why I was hearing all the music or whatever.
Yeah, they showing hockey highlights. It says Burchin fires puck into the back of the net in 2 overtimes.
Oh yeah. That was just going to bring that up. Bruins beat the Carolina Hurricanes double overtime today, and that game actually was supposed to be last night. But the reason why was the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Tampa Bay Lightning and Columbus Blue Jackets marathon game. It was literally, let's see, game started at 3. It did not get over until I think it was like 9:30, 9:45 last night. It went to 5 overtimes. It was a great game. There was a penalty call that they should have. I don't think they should have called. Tortorella, John Tortorella, the coach of Columbus, who he certainly is an outspoken guy.
So 5 overtimes is 2 games and a half.
Two games and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some things. So basically, what's his name? Seth Jones. Seth Jones, who's the son of Popeye Jones, plays defenseman. He's their top defenseman for Columbus. He played his total minutes was roughly about 65 minutes, which equivalates to over a game of minutes.
Wow.
A full game of minutes. Hockey players will, to give you an idea, usually don't average more than, maybe they may play 20, 30. That's getting up there. Minutes a game. The top stars, 40 minutes, the top stars. That guy played, and he was interviewed after the game. Looked like he just was out for a walk in the park. So in shape. But, the one thing before Tampa scored, there was a breakaway for Carolina. I'm trying to remember who it was, but Victor Hedman of Tampa, who's their big, tall defenseman, they John Tortorella is the coach of Columbus. They feel that he took them down. When you look at the highlight, there was a little shove, but the referees made the right call. I don't think it was a penalty or a penalty shot. And then about 2 minutes later, Tampa won it, which, to be honest, last year, Columbus swept Tampa, which was shocking. I think if Tampa would have lost that game last night, it could have been a disaster for them because that mental aspect, like, oh my God, here it goes again. So we'll see what happens. I mean, those guys are mentally worn out, probably physically worn out from 5 overtimes. I think it was the third longest game in NHL history. They were surpassing these games every like couple minutes it would go.
Well, I remember the Caps Penguins.
Yeah,
that was probably 4 overtimes.
Yeah, well, the third before they passed is they passed the Penguins Flyers game in 2000 where the Flyers beat us 2-1 and it was 4 overtimes. That one you're talking about was actually 3 overtimes.
That's all it was.
Yeah, the Caps Islanders in '87.
Did we go well with it? How I threw you out of my house?
Yeah, I think we covered that one time. Yeah, so it was good. I won. It was great. It was one of those times you get thrown out.
Bad night and a bad morning.
Well, the other thing, the Caps and the Islanders in '87. It was Pat LaFontaine. That was on the list. I think it was top 10.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was Easter Sunday. Yeah, talk about ruining your Easter. So I mean, that's bad. But I mean, we won't bring that up. I know you guys have gone through some painful losses. So the only other thing I want to bring up on hockey is my team, the Penguins.
Do we have to?
Yeah, it's quick. It's quick.
I mean, come on, you guys are out of the playoffs.
Well, yeah, but it's key.
Why don't we talk about the starting team?
Well, it's key because I mean,
All right, go ahead, Sean.
So
a minute of fame.
Yeah, it's quick. Yeah, so Mike Sullivan, the coach, he's staying, but the rest of the coaching staff are not being retained, which I kind of saw that coming because they weren't prepared. Sullivan, I think, is a good coach. They're also, I think, well, obviously Crosby's never getting traded, but Malkin. Getting Malkin, they thought he may get traded. He's always in rumors.
I would trade him. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, if we got stuff, he's not going to get. A couple of years ago, we would have got the lion's share of stuff.
Right.
Not anymore. And Chris Letang, who I'm not a fan of, I don't think he'll be traded, but I was hoping they'd say something.
But here's the thing. This is how much I'm down on stuff.
Yeah.
I would trade straight up for this too. And I know Evgeny's younger.
Yeah, I'll take that all day. Can you work that out? Can you call
Evgeny is so soft. You should see him going for pucks. It's like, dude.
Well, you know why? I mean, he's not doing 8 balls before games anymore. The cocaine that he's.
We need to have someone like deliver that to his room.
Well, what we're talking about is Evgeny Kuznetsov, who's a winger for the Capitals.
He's a centerman.
Yeah, centerman. Excuse me.
He's actually
talented.
When he's on, he's one of the best centermen in the league.
Yeah. So he was busted, I think, last year for doing a little partying with some nose candy, cocaine, in the off season, and he got busted with it. And he hasn't really been.
So basically, in between the 2018 season where they won the cup and last year, he gets caught. He really didn't caught doing it, but he has a picture with his friends doing it. So it's like, okay, you're not doing it, but
he's tested.
He tested positive for I don't know if he tested positive for that, but he tested positive for something else.
Yeah, I think it's something, but he got suspended.
Did you say nose candy?
Oh yeah,
like
okay. But I was like, I just I think he's a talented player, but he's a typical player. Yeah, so I mean, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, the other thing is the Penguins didn't get the number 1 pick.
Even though Rangers did, like, why can't a Western Conference team get the first round pick?
Well,
that never happens.
No, it doesn't. Well, Edmonton does, and they screw it up. I mean, they've only got
they got 4.
They've got 4 out of the last 6 years or something. So I mean, it's it is what it is. I mean, it's that the Rangers are going to get Alexei Lafreniere. He's the top pick in the NHL. So, but anyways, we'll move on. That was my Penguins news. I'll try to update that as much as possible for my fellow Penguin fans. So, Major League Baseball is kind of it's interesting. The season's gone on.
The Nationals are right in the shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They played well. Juan Soto back.
I mean, they were playing Mets, but they're still playing good.
Yeah, they're losing the Mets right now. No, they're winning 3-2 in the bottom of the first.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little. I thought it was actually. I'm looking at it. No, I'm sorry. Bottom of the third. Mets beating the Nationals 4-3. Close game. Yankees and Braves are 2-2 in the bottom of the third.
Let's go Braves.
I don't know if you want to hear that. I want to make sure I updated you. You know, the Orioles actually are losing 3-1 to the Phillies after actually a big comeback last night. They're a surprise team. I mean, the Orioles have nobody really on the team except Chris Davis.
And this is a year to be a surprise team, too.
Yeah, I'm just impressed that they have nobody. And it's good coaching. I mean,
Who's your coach? I don't know. Coach. I'm sure you don't either. You're a O's fan.
Yeah, I don't even. I mean, Mike Elias is the GM who came from Houston, but wasn't involved in that cheating scandal. He was their head scout. I think he's done a good job. He's expanded like the international look, which that's where a lot of talent is. So
Juan Soto from Dominican.
Yeah, well, he's national. So yeah, exact
National.
Exactly. Yeah. So the Nationals guy, and he's the next star. Juan Soto, in my opinion. I think he just cranked a home run. I think it was actually today.
He's the best player of the Nats.
Yeah. So I mean, the Nats. I mean, if they right the ship, you know, which I thought they would. You know, it's not a long season for once, but you know, you look at the standings.
You should love this league. 60 games.
It is.
This is your
great.
season.
This is why I'm missing my soap operas. I mean,
General Hospital is hurting. You're gonna like.
I don't have time.
You're not gonna know what's gonna happen.
I don't have time. I mean, you know, when you look at the standings, the Yankees are up top, and the American League, the Orioles are in third. I mean, they're ahead. They're almost 2 games ahead of Toronto. They're 2.5 games ahead of Boston. You know, I'm sorry, 3 games ahead of Boston. Boston's last place. You know, you look at the other divisions. I mean, Cleveland's up there with Minnesota and Detroit, and along with White Sox. Oakland's really a good team. They're 13-6. But then you look at the National League. Miami is 7-4, mainly because they didn't play a lot of games. So they're first place by themselves. But then you got Atlanta tied with them.
I'm not sold on Miami.
No.
Play some games.
No.
That's how you. I mean, I'm not sold on Miami.
Yeah, I mean, the Braves have lost.
Let's just play the Braves and Nats in Philly a couple times. Let's see how good they are.
Well, I mean, the Braves they've lost 2, but they're 11-8. They got about a 1.5 lead on the Nats and 2-game lead on the Phillies. 2.5 game lead on the Phillies. And Phillies and Nats, I mean, they're neck and neck.
I mean, it's going to be fun to watch this come down to those 3 teams.
Well, ideally,
I'm sorry, the Marlins do not impress me. I know they've gone through a lot, but I think they're going to fall once they have to play the Braves, the Nationals, and the Phillies.
Well, ideally though, the Nats play the Mets right now. So if the Nats don't play the Mets, well, there could be a little flip flopping because the Mets are 7-11, they're last, but they're only a 1.5 games behind the Nats, game behind Philly. So if they beat the Nats a couple games, they kind of move up the ladder. So it's important series.
Well, it's a 4-game series. Nats beat them 2 times.
How many are they behind the Braves on?
The Nats are only 2 games behind the Braves.
That's right.
They're coming up though.
2 games.
Yeah, they're coming up.
It's a weekend.
Yeah, I mean, top team in the National League is the Cubs. They're 11-3.
Right.
Of course, the St. Louis Cardinals. They're 2-3. They've played 5 games.
I honestly think it's getting to the point where you have to reward games. You have to say, you know what, you weren't available to field a roster.
Yeah.
The other teams get the wins.
Yeah, there's got to be something or
I don't know how other way you do it.
Well, it's impossible now because
the math doesn't add up. You can't do double headers. You can't do triple headers.
Constant. Yeah, well, they'd have to do constant double hitters because when they did it last week, they'd have to play 55 games in 49 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was last week. So
St. Louis played 5 games.
And here's this is my funny story I have with the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates are clearly the worst team in baseball. They're 3-13. They've lost 3 straight. They're 9 games out of first place already. They are almost in double digits out of first place. The best part is
Pittsburgh.
No, listen to this. This is the best part. I'm not a Pirates fan.
I wonder why.
I haven't been. No, I haven't been since Barry Bonds. Right. So the fact is, though, the Pirates are 5.5 games behind the Cardinals. How the hell are you 5.5 games behind a team that's played 5 games? You know, I mean, that's embarrassing. But they're 4 games out of the playoff wild card. So that shows how. There's hope. Yeah,
this is the thing that's just blowing my mind. So with the NLEs, Miami Marlins 7-4, Braves is 11-8, tied for first. Washington Nationals 6-7,
Yes.
2 games back, and then the Phillies is 5-7, 2.5 back. How is it that the Braves got 11 wins, but they only 2 games up on a team with 6 wins,
right,
and tied with a team with 7? Like,
yeah, you look at the percentage there. I mean, that's the winning
right.
percentage. With the Braves.
That's what I'm saying. Like once they start playing the Braves, the Nationals, and the Phillies, they'll come back.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Well, when are those teams gonna make up those games? Because so like I said with the Braves, they already played 19 games, and the Nationals played 13. So they pretty much 6 games. They got to make up 6 games.
They're gonna do double headers.
Yeah,
so like the series that the Nats don't have is against the Marlins. So they're gonna, instead of doing a 3-game series, they're gonna do it.
That the Cardinals got to play triple headers.
The Cardinals, I don't know how they're gonna do it.
They're gonna.
It's not mathematically possible.
No.
Well, it's mathematically possible. It's not physically possible.
I don't think it's even mathematically.
It is, but it's like you have to do, like you said, 3 games every
day.
And you know what else? You know what's hurting them really? Because there's no minor league baseball this year. If there was minor league, they could just move players up and play. But because there's no minor league this year, they can't move nobody up to fill a roster so they can play.
I am shocked they didn't expand their rosters though.
They actually went down. I think it's like 26 guys.
They should have like added another roster just in case for stuff like this.
Well, you know what I could see possibly happening, because they can't make those games up. They probably just have to forfeit those games and take losses. They might give them losses.
That's what I'm just saying. Like eventually, you're going to have to just give some wins or losses, whatever, or figure it out. Right. I mean, it's not possible to like that. They're so far. I mean, like you said, Braves played 19. That's 14 games more.
I mean, the Junkies about this earlier this morning. And I was like, they're like, what do? Do you reward like a team that's played more games but has a less wins?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be the guy to make that decision.
But less loss.
The Cubs played 14 games. The Reds 17. The Brewers 15. The Pirates 16, and the Cardinals 5.
I mean, you look at that standing, it's like what, 2 and 3?
Right. So whoever the Cardinals was supposed to play, they need to just go ahead and give that team a win and credit that loss to St. Louis, because they're not going to be able to make those up.
Right. When you look at this, though, like you look at the games back, Cincy, Milwaukee, St. Louis are all 4.5 back. It's like, how are you 4.5 back? The wild card, they're all tied for it. 2.5. They're all out.
And see, look at this. How is it says Chicago Cubs 11-3, right?
Yeah.
The Cardinals are 2-3, but it says they 4.5 out. How? They 9 back. That's 9.
Right.
If the Cubs is 11-3 and the Cardinals is 2-3, they 9 back.
Yeah. I mean,
how was they 4.5?
I don't know how they do that. I mean, it really is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you look, Milwaukee's 7-8. They're 2-3. I mean, it's 5 games back, and they're 6 games back of Cincy.
That's a 9-game difference between the Cardinals before the Cardinals and the Cubs, but it said they 4.5 back. That's wrong. That can't be right.
Hey, Will. So Todd's got his brother-in-law here. Great. This guy, man.
He's a statistician as far as sports.
Yeah. I mean, this guy used to bring like stacks of newspaper on vacation. When I say stacks, and it was a lot. I used to love it. I was like, wow, he knows a lot. And the one thing I remember about him, and I'll call this, because Jerry treated my engagement to now my ex-wife, but treated my engagement to my ex-wife, who, it was great on the beach and everything. Well, I walked in the house after I did it, and he comes by me and pats me on the back. Great game, hit the showers. That was his comment to me. So I was like, oh yeah. I was like, thanks, man. I'm gonna go hit the showers. But yeah, it'll be interesting how baseball does that. I know baseball's talked about a bubble for the playoffs, which I agree. I mean, you look at NBA, NHL, no issues. It's great. We can actually watch those sports and know it's going to continue. Baseball, they've had so many problems. You might want to prepare that bubble. In the NFL, might want to look at the bubble for the NFL playoffs.
Right. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, you must just do it until that.
I'm sure Jerry Jones would be happy to come to
Dallas Stadium. Yeah, Jerry Jones will open up his stadium, him and his facelift he has every year. He'll make it nice and tight. You know, his 20-year-old wife or whatever she is. And I mean, but they should. I mean, you look at California, they get tons of football fields, tons of baseball fields. Florida's got the same, except Florida's not exactly the area you want to go right now.
Well, by then, you should be good.
Yeah, Texas. I mean, you got areas that have lots of football fields, baseball fields that you could do it.
Well, if you have a large state, you can find real estate to accommodate that. Those 16 teams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, the NHL and NBA are doing it like it's no problem, and it's great. You know, I mean, I think it's been a great thing what they're doing. The NBA. I love the virtual fans. I do. It's like I don't know if anybody saw this though.
I don't know why they did that.
It's funny. Because I've seen some funny things. Like I don't know if you guys saw this funny picture. It was a couple days ago. You guys heard of the movie Weekend at Bernie's, right?
Yeah.
Bernie the dead guy. Of course. Yeah, somebody.
I saw that. You posted that.
Yeah, you put him in the crowd, man. I was like,
He was in the crowd chilling.
Yes.
He's
like,
still living it. He's still living it.
What?
He's still living his best life.
That would have impressed me. Like Bernie just walking by.
Or the guy's holding him. The guy's just holding him, carrying him
That
around.
would be good.
Yes.
He's still living his best life out there.
You got to live it somehow right now. That's for sure. So,
Wow.
but yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, that's about all for tonight's show, though. But I mean, we'll see what happens with the Caps. Not tomorrow, Friday.
Friday night, 8 o'clock.
Oh, they're prime time. They got rid of us. They got rid of the Penguins, so they finally put you in there. So redhead stepchild got in there. Rock the red.
What you know what City Crosby did? The same thing we're doing.
He's
on his
training.
couch watching him.
Hey, he's training.
All right, people. Thanks for watching. Good night.